So he said, why not come to Germany? We don't pay tuition fee in Germany. And that was the game changer for me. I started researching about Germany, got more information about the application process, found a school, and I applied to them. When the application phase was over, they sent me a rejection letter.
Wow.
That made me to sit down and be like, I need to find out how this thing works.
Today, our guest is Favour, a Nigerian scholar who moved from Russia to Germany. She breaks down how to easily find German schools, how to apply for scholarships, and insider tips about the whole German study process. There's also a giveaway in this video, so you want to stick around to find out what it is. I'm surprised that you said O-level. So O-level results, WAEC results is needed for master's application?
Yes, because they need to see.
So say I want to come to Germany winter 2025. Around what time to what time can I apply for this winter semester?
For the winter semester, you start your application 1st of April.
Are there people you know that have been denied the German visa before, student visa?
I'm in contact with 2 to 3 people who have been denied, but they're here now. Yes, one of them was also this issue of solving mathematics. When you go for the interview, you don't have to.
Favoured Favour, you're welcome to the show. For those that don't know you, can you briefly introduce yourself, your name, where you are, what you're studying, and how long you've been there?
Okay, thank you so much for having me on your channel. Thank you. This is a wonderful opportunity for me to have this recording with you. And for those who don't know me, my name is Favour, and I'm a Nigerian currently doing my master's in Germany. I have a channel on YouTube where I create contents that relate to international study opportunities, fully funded scholarships, how to study abroad for free, documents required. In fact, every tips anybody needs to travel abroad. And I am a master's student currently based in Germany. I am studying English and American Studies, and I have been in Germany for about 3 years now. So it's a wonderful time to share my experience and everything you would love to know about me.
Thank you for coming on. For everyone watching her, the link to her channel is in the description box below. So let's show her some love. Head over to her channel and then see the wonderful thing that she talks about concerning studying in Germany and even in other countries as well. So, Favour, I'd like to start with why Germany? Why Germany?
I know. I know a lot of people will be like, out of all the countries, why Germany? A lot of people have asked that question. And I can tell you that initially, Germany was not part of the countries like I imagined. I was focusing more on US, Canada, UK, until I had a shift. And this shift was from a friend of mine. He was studying here because currently he have graduated. So he was studying at that time, and I was on call with him. And I don't know if you are aware, I lived 3 years in Russia. So.
Oh, wow. Oh, I didn't know that.
This was when I was based in Russia. So I was having this conversation with a friend, and I told him I really want to, continue my studies. I want to move out of here, find opportunities outside Russia. And he asked me, what countries am I applying to? I told him I'm applying to Canada, I'm applying to US, I'm applying to UK. And he said, how are you going to cope about the funding? Because he knows I'm self-funded. So, I was like, it's also the problem. Like, I'm also considering that. So he said, why not come to Germany? We don't pay tuition fee in Germany. And that was the game changer for me. Immediately he said that, I was like, are you serious? He said, we don't pay tuition fee in Germany, whether you are going for your bachelor or master or we are not paying tuition fee.
Oh.
And yes, I started researching about Germany. In fact, that was how I fell in love with them, got more information about the application process, like that was the game changer. And not only that, apart from the free tuition, they also have, renowned universities that are ranking high in the international world, so like it changed everything for me. So this is actually the beginning point of me, navigating towards Germany.
Okay, before we continue the conversation on Germany, I just want to ask about Russia. Were
Uh,
you studying in Russia or were you working there or
I
what?
wasn't studying, I was working.
Okay, you were working in Russia, okay.
Yeah.
And then you started applying to schools and um, you were focusing on US, UK, and Canada. Did you submit applications to the schools there or you were just in the research phase?
Um, I applied. In fact, I applied to schools. I applied to schools in Canada. I applied to schools in UK. I got admission in about three universities in UK. I got admission in Liverpool, John Moore University, University of Bradford. I can't remember the third one, but I got about three universities in UK. But the funding is something I know I couldn't handle.
Exactly. UK universities is easy to get admission, but
Yeah.
funding is usually the hassle. Okay.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Okay. So let's now talk about let's go back to Germany. What was the application process like?
Okay. So when it comes to applying to Germany, it's a little bit tricky. Some people might think it's so. I don't know how to explain it. Some people might think it's complicated, but it's not. The only thing that is involved in it is for you to take your time to make your research. You know, People will always say that information is power. So if you have the adequate information, the right information for what you are going for, it's easier for you to get what you want.
Yeah.
So when this my friend motivated me to apply to schools in Germany, I didn't know much about it. When he said it, he was just like, apply to schools, yeah, So I started researching, found a school, and I applied to them. Funny enough, when the application phase was over, they sent me a rejection letter. And
Wow.
yeah, this happened because the school have two application process, and it
Okay.
was applying online and sending documents by post. I didn't read that part, or I skipped it, and I felt that if I apply online, it covers it, but it didn't. So as I applied online, waiting for feedback, when it was time for them to give feedback, they sent rejection letter. That made me to sit down and be like, I need to find out how this thing works. I tried to reach out to people more. I reached out to one of my schoolmates in secondary school who is also studying here. She was my senior, so she gave me a detailed breakdown of how to apply to schools in Germany and how everything works. So
Okay.
the application process in Germany is not really complicated, but you have to know how it works. A school can want you to apply online or apply through sending documents by post, or
Okay.
they can also use an agent called Uni Assist. So this Uni Assist evaluates your documents and convert it to the German academic system.
Standard.
Yes.
Okay.
When they convert it, they can now send it to your school and bill and say, and give them the final evaluation. So if you meet the requirement, you get admission. If you don't, then they can send rejection. So three processes, either online through the university portal, or through sending documents by post. That is photocopies of your documents, but you have to certify them at the High Court. So either sending documents by post or through the Uni Assist platform. So you must apply the way the school wants you to apply. If you apply on your own terms, it's not going to work. Yeah, it's not going
Okay.
to.
So the first application you did, you said there were two processes. So that school needed both online and post.
Yes.
Okay. So there are schools that require online alone,
Mm-hmm.
post alone,
Yes.
online and post and then uni assist.
Some schools, yes, like some schools might require online alone.
Okay.
That is when they bring out the portal and you apply and upload your documents. Some schools might say, okay, fill this form online, upload your documents, print it out, attach it to the documents you are going to send to us by post. So
Okay.
it depends. And some schools might say, just go directly to the Uni Assist portal. We don't want to interact with you. Go to the Uni Assist portal, apply to them. We will interface with them, with the Uni
Okay.
Assist, not students. Yeah.
So is it all schools that use uni assists, or just a few schools that are recognized by uni assist?
It's not all schools that use Uni Assist. And a school like my university do both physical application, like sending documents by post, or maybe it depends on the course. Now it doesn't have to do with the university, it has to do with the course.
Okay, with the
The
course.
department, yeah, the department might want you to apply through Uni Assist. The
Okay.
department might want you to apply directly. So I think the university most times is broad. Yeah. So it has to come down to a departmental issue. Yeah.
Okay, and it's the same thing we actually have here in US. Uni assist would be like the West equivalent of US. Like uni assist, they transform your documents to German standard, while like West, the evaluation company, some of the evaluation bodies that we have here in the US now convert your own to US standard.
Yes.
And two different programs in one university could have different application processes. Yeah,
Yeah.
this is why it's very important to check what's on the website.
Yes. It's the same here. Because do you know why it's the same? The calculating system or the grading system in Germany is different.
Okay.
In Africa or maybe in Nigeria, 1.0 is the lowest, 5.0 is the highest
Yeah.
in Nigeria, but here it is the reverse. 5.0 is the lowest, like if you fail. Then
Wow.
1.0 is the highest grade. So they have
Wow.
to turn it over.
Do
They
they
have,
use A's and B's? Like one means A's or just numbers?
yeah, they use numbers.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah.
So you have to send documents through Uni Assist online. What documents are required for application?
Yeah. So when it comes to application, it depends if you're applying for master or for bachelor or even PhD. So if you're applying for master or master program, for a master program, you need your O level, your bachelor certificate, you need motivational letter, you need your transcripts, you need English proficiency certificate, you need letter of recommendation, so, and your passport data page. Like these are like the basic documents required from you, but a university can also demand additional documents. Maybe they might tell you, send us sample works you have done. Maybe if you have written papers, we want to see them. So it depends on the course and the department, but majorly the basic documents are your academic certificates, proof of English proficiency if it is required for the course, or if you are studying in German, they also need the German certificate, and your CV, your letter of recommendation, and motivational letter.
I'm surprised that you said O level. So O level results, WAEC results is needed for master's application.
Yes, because they need to see you have completed, that the documents you have are equivalent for getting admission into the master's program. So they need to see the number of years you have studied, and
Okay.
they need to see if you qualify for it. And one information I need to also put out, I found it a bit disturbing. Do you know that Germany doesn't accept WAEC or NECO for bachelor program?
Wow.
Yeah, and it's
Wow.
quite disheartening because A lot of people who want to study bachelor program here in Germany, many of them, like from Africa, many of them have either WAEC or NECO. And every time
Yeah.
they tell to me, I have to inform them that Germany doesn't accept WAEC or NECO for bachelor because they see it as it is not equivalent to their high school diploma or something like that. So for you to get admission into the bachelor program in Germany, you need, probably you have completed a bachelor program in your home country, then you can use the certificate to apply for a bachelor program in Germany. Maybe you want to
Oh wow.
switch career, it's not a problem for them. Even if you studied in computer science and you want to study bachelor in um whatever course, maybe business administration, it doesn't matter. What matters to them is the number of years you have completed already. So for you to get admission into the bachelor program, you need either a completed bachelor degree certificate or year one transcript or HND. So you need to have any of these before you can get admission into the bachelor program.
You said year one transcript, like bachelor's year one.
Yeah, like you have
Okay.
started, but you have started bachelor
Bachelor's.
wherever
Okay, in your country.
and
Okay.
you completed your first year. So
Okay.
your transcript is good.
Okay. Okay. I think that's better than finishing the whole bachelor's to now come again and do another set of bachelor's degrees. How long is the bachelor's program there and master's?
For the bachelor program is 3 years, most times 7 semesters, while for the master program it is 2 years, 4 semesters.
Okay. How does the semester structure work over there? When does which semester start?
Okay, so we have two academic sessions here in Germany. We have the summer and the winter program semester. I know you people do
Okay.
like that fall.
Fall and spring.
Yeah, okay. So here we have summer and winter semester. So the summer semester starts in April and runs
Okay.
down till September, while the winter semester starts in October and run till March.
Okay. Okay.
This is like how they calculate it, but you know that if we start in April, we write exams probably in July, August, then we go for break before October we resume. But I'm just giving like this is what
The
they
whole
call,
timeline.
yeah, this is what they call summer and winter, from April to September, from October to March. Yeah.
Okay. In the US we have two major semesters, but actually we have three semesters in all. But it's two of them that are major, which is fall and spring. Fall is August to December, and then spring is January to April, May.
Okay.
Then there's now summer semester as well.
Yeah.
That's from like May to early August, late July, early August. So because some students take summer classes,
Okay.
but it's completely optional.
Okay.
So the bachelor's is 7 semesters, about 3 years,
Yeah.
and then the master's is 4 semesters, which is 2 years.
Yes.
Okay. So you spoke about English proficiency. So there are courses that are English taught courses in Germany.
Yes. 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 A lot of
Okay.
people will be like, since it is Germany and there's
Yeah, everything should be German.
yeah. But that is not the case. Like in academic setting, they have a lot of English taught programs. I can tell you, some of my professors, I'm studying English and American studies, and some
Oh,
of my
that's true.
professors studied in the US, or maybe they have lived in the US for a long time. Some of them have been in the UK, like lived in the UK for a very long time before they returned to Germany. So if you hear their accent, you need to listen carefully to even understand them. So, yeah. So we have a lot of English taught programs in Germany. Though when it comes to the master's program, you can find a lot of them, a lot of English taught programs. But for the bachelor program, you can the numbers are few, but you will still find. you will still find a lot of English taught programs in bachelor.
Do you speak German?
I have completed A1 and I
Okay.
can understand. I can also speak a little, but I think I have an issue with language. I think I have a personal issue with language. I, I lived 3 years in Russia and I can't speak Ruski. This is also 3 years in Germany now. I am still struggling with the language. I think it's a personal issue.
No, but you're able to still get around, just being able to hear, and because I presume that like when you're going to buy groceries or something like that, it's German that they'll be speaking to you.
The good part of it is that a lot of them speak English. That's
Oh,
one.
okay.
Yeah, that I think that is even why it's not like the pressure to learn the language is not so much. So a lot of them are exposed. A lot of them travel a lot. They're a very exposed set of people. So they're bilingual and they study it in school from their primary school. So they speak English and they speak German. Though some of them might decide not to focus on English, they might, everything German, but they speak English. So in grocery, if they can't understand you, there's another person next there to explain. So you will
Okay.
always find someone. You will always find a way around it. And I can speak a little, and it's easy to go by.
All right. Let's go back to the application process. So the first year you applied to just one school, you didn't complete the application, what they required. Then the second year, how many schools did you apply to?
So, when something have hit you and you're like, no, my back cannot be on the ground.
Nice.
That is what happened to me the second semester that I applied. So with that zeal of, rejection comes with a lot. It takes a lot to remove that weight of rejection from you. So when I was rejected the first time, it really hit me. So I said, no way, I'm going to get it right this time. So I put in all the best. Even before the application season opened, I have already made my research, written out the schools I'm going to apply to, how I'm going to apply to them. I applied to not less than 6 universities. Not less.
Nice. Oh,
Okay, these 6 universities I'm talking about are even schools I sent my documents by post.
okay.
So the ones I even applied online, I didn't even, I didn't count them. So you can imagine, I was in Russia, my documents, I sent, like, my brother helped me to photocopy some of my documents, took them to the high court, and they certified them. So I was paying for DHL almost all the time to send my documents by post. And I can tell you, I sent to about 6 universities by post.
Oh,
I got admission. I got not less than 4 admissions. So
okay. Okay.
at the end,
Do you go
okay,
ahead?
yeah, I said at the end of the day, I decided to choose the one I am studying now.
Okay. Okay. The schools that you apply to, before we get there, using Uni Assist, do they collect fees?
Yes, it's not free. It's not free. Just like you evaluating your document with Wes, you have to pay. So how it works is, if you are applying to Uni Assist, let's say for the summer semester application, and you have some schools you want to apply to, the first application you will make with Uni Assist will be €75.
Okay.
So after that, if you are making subsequent applications with Uni Assist for the same session, is €30. So the first, because already your document is in their database and they have evaluated it. So if you have more schools you want them to send your documents to, you just need to pay €30 and they send it to those schools. But the first application you will make with them will be 75.
75.
Yeah.
For the schools that don't need Uni Assist, like applying online or by post, Did they collect application fees?
Mm, no. You might find some of them that might request maybe 15 euro processing fee, 25 euro processing fee, but majority of the schools I applied to online never requested any application fee. Yeah, then the schools that will require you to send your documents by post, the only money you will be spending will be like the DHL fee you will pay. So you just
Okay.
send it to their international office and they're not expecting any money from you.
Okay. Um, the 2 semesters, summer and winter semester, can you come in any semester? Do they admit in all semesters?
Yes, you can. You can come in during the summer, you can come in during the winter, but I don't know if it is universal, but here in Germany, the during this winter semester there are more openings, you know.
Okay.
Yeah, there are more
Yeah, same
openings.
thing in US too. The
So there are
fall.
openings, yeah, compared to the summer, because some schools they find it difficult to accept students during the summer semester. They need you to start during the winter semester so that it aligns with their academic plan, something like that. But there are some schools that don't mind. Come when you are ready. Come when you are ready.
Okay. Can you tell us the names of some of the schools that you applied to so that people that are interested in checking out Germany would have like a place to start?
Okay, so maybe I can start with my school. The name of my school is University of Paderborn. I love them. Mwah.
Interesting.
Yes.
Okay.
So, do you know? I think I became obsessed with my school, probably because it took me a long time to finally come to Germany.
Oh, wow.
So, yeah, I got admission in 2019, but I finally arrived Germany in 2022. I will tell you why. So, all this while that I was waiting and everything, I had to download the university building, my university build. I downloaded a lot of pictures about my school, used them as my screensaver every time I'm looking at my school, and I'm like, one day I'm going to be here. One day I'm going to be here. So yes, exactly. This is University of Paderborn, and I
Nice.
was really obsessed, hoping that one day I'm going to be in University of Paderborn, and it finally
The
happened.
dream came true.
Yes, it happened.
Nice.
Yeah, so people can check out University of Paderborn. They can also check out Göttingen University. They can check out University of Applied Sciences in Soest. They can check out that we have a lot of universities, a lot. In fact, almost all the cities in Germany have universities. So, and they made it easy for people to find universities by making one website, which is the www.daad.de. So, when people go to this website, www.daad.de, so once they go to this website, they can find all the schools, all the courses. It's easier to them for them to know how to apply to the schools, to the course, the requirements, if it is free tuition or um okay, you have to click on the international programs. So
Okay.
when someone go to this portal, they can
Mm,
filter it. It's
nice.
yes, it's easier for them to get to find the school or the course they're looking for.
Okay.
Yeah.
190 cities, 233 institutions, and then 2,412 programs.
Yes. So when someone go to course type, the person can choose if it is bachelor or master program they're applying to. Then
Okay, even language as well,
yeah,
field of study.
yeah,
Um, let me use my area, mathematics.
yeah.
Yes, and see.
So
Oh,
once you
nice.
come on
Okay.
this portal, it's easier for you to find universities. It's easier for you to, okay, if you go down a little bit, you are going to see where it says tuition fees. So
Yes, tuition fees per semester here. or
No,
here?
yeah, there. If you click select, it's easier for you to also filter it if you want to find universities that do not pay tuition fee. Yeah. So once you click on no fees, it's going to filter it and bring out universities that you don't have to
Okay.
pay tuition fee. It's so easy
Wow.
to navigate.
Wow. This is so
Yes.
good though. This is really good. So
And
from
when
here I can already see the
yeah,
schools I might want to apply to even when they are starting.
yes.
So whether winter or summer. Wow,
Yes.
this one's only winter.
Yes. And when you open it, it's going to show you, like, you're going to know more about the course, the application requirements, the funding, and everything about the
Nice
school. So it's going to also give you
deadline.
link to the official website of the school, so you can also find more information.
Wow. This is really good though. This is
Yeah.
really, really good. Like all the information in one place.
Yes. You don't have to stress yourself, maybe searching for the schools one after the other.
Yeah, because that's what we have to do in US. Like there's like master's portal, PhD portal that shows you the schools and the tuition per semester, but they don't tell you about scholarship. They don't tell you the requirement, like list out the requirement. Like you have to go to the individual page
I
of that
see.
university to even check.
Yeah,
Um, this is
this is
good.
so easy to navigate. It's a centralized website for schools in Germany. So they have a lot of programs you can explore. You can apply to as many schools as possible to increase your chances. Because one thing about Germany is you can't apply to one school when you are making application. Even if you meet the requirement, most times they might need only 25 people in the
Students.
students in the session, and if they have it, they will close their portal. They will send rejection, or maybe they can put you on the waiting list. So you can't apply to only one school. You have to apply to as many as possible.
So this school, I'm seeing that this school here uses Union Assist.
Yeah.
Oh, okay, nice.
Yeah.
It's fun to learn things about Germany actually.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's very important people get to know that with if you come to Germany to study, you don't have to pay tuition fee. A lot of people are really stranded, you know, working overtime just to pay tuition fee in other places. But here, nobody's putting you under pressure.
That's depending on if you go to a school now that does not collect tuition fees, because some of the filtering that we did there are still other schools that you have to pay fees every semester.
Yeah, they have private universities too.
Okay, so it's the private universities that collect fees, the public ones don't collect fees.
Yes, yes.
Okay. Wow. I'll put this link, this dad.de, in the description below. How many schools do you recommend students should apply to? People that want to study in Germany, what's your recommendation?
I would say minimum of five. Minimum of
Okay.
five, because from my own experience, the year I got admission, or the semester I got admission, I applied to as many schools as possible. I applied to not less than 6 universities. But finally, some of them sent rejection due to one reason or the other. Some of them sent me conditional offer due to one reason or the other, until my lovely school sent me unconditional offer. So apply to as many schools as possible. You can't believe it. I studied English and literary studies in my bachelor
Yeah.
program, and most of the applications I did when I was applying to schools was in English and American studies, or maybe English philology, or pure English studies. Like a lot of courses I applied to relating to what I studied, or maybe communications. But some of the schools sent me conditional offer requesting for IELTS. And I had to send mail to some of them. I said I studied for 4 good years in Nigeria, studying English and Literary Studies. I am from
All
Nigeria.
right.
The language of instruction in Nigeria is English. I have been studying all my life in English, and you are still demanding English proficiency. That is either IELTS or TOEFL. They insisted on it. So a lot of schools can insist on this, or maybe on one thing or the other. Even I have some of my friends who applied to some schools, and the school maybe was demanding the bachelor project. We call it thesis. The bachelor
Yeah.
thesis they did, and the person can't find it. So
Interesting.
you might meet the requirements and you wouldn't know what will be the next line of action. So send as many applications as you can send, and hopefully you will. And it's even better you send to as many as possible, get admission in many places, then it's easier for you to choose where
Make a
to,
choice.
yeah, to make a choice. You might be like, okay, I love this school, but I think I might go to this city. I love this school, but maybe I can go to. So you have the liberty to determine where you will go.
Okay. The conditional offer. Conditional offer. So they usually need you to still satisfy some requirements like with that test result or bachelor's thesis. Are there some other things that they could ask for?
Most times it might be language proficiency issue,
Okay.
especially if it is a school that or a department that insists they need to know your English proficiency. Like
Okay.
my, like my school, when I applied to them in 2019, when I applied for English and American Studies, if you have the English proficiency certificate from your previous university confirming that you studied in English, you are good to go. In fact, they recognize, whether you submit it or not, they recognize Nigeria as an English speaking country.
Second country. Okay. So they
But
waive English requirements.
yes, but currently people who are applying are requested to submit IELTS. So, and when I made my
Okay.
application, then I sent documents by post. But now, for my department, people have to apply through Uni Assist. So
Okay.
things really change. Yeah. So most times, conditional offer might need you to, send proficiency certificates or maybe sample of your works if you have done any or anything, like that. Yeah, most times.
So it
That's
means you didn't write the TOEFL or IELTS, any English test
no,
for your
I did.
German studies. Oh,
I did.
that's nice.
Yeah.
It's good to see that some schools can waive this test because the tests are becoming expensive by the day,
It
and
is. It is.
we're trying to help more people to come over. So having the burden of them writing a test to prove that they can learn in English when they've been speaking English all their lives. Yeah.
Yeah.
So let's get back to your journey of the application. You submitted the application and then you got admission and all that. What's next?
Yes. So when you get admission, the system changes, and what was obtainable in 2019 is not the same now. So one major factor that have actually been an issue since then is the embassy. So it depends on where you are applying from. This is not general. It depends on where you are applying from. So if you're
Okay.
applying from somewhere like Nigeria, you need to know that getting admission is one step. Getting the visa is another program on its own. So
Okay.
because currently they're having some kind of delay. When I was in making my application, the waiting period then was 1 year. You have to wait for 1 year before the embassy can send you appointment to come for your visa application. But currently it is 2 years. So you have to,
Wow.
it's quite discouraging for people who want to come, but it's still doable. My younger brother waited 2 good years, and no, I think he waited 1 year and 6 months. Okay, because after they did 1 year, they elongated it that you have to wait 1 year and 6 months. So that was when my brother was in the pool. But now it's no longer 1 year and 6 months. Now it's 1 year and it's now 2 years. So
Okay.
yeah.
So say I want to come to Germany. Let me look at my notes again. Winter
Mhm.
2025. When does the application window occur? Like from what time to what time, around what time to what time can I apply for this winter semester?
Okay, so when it comes to application, for the winter semester, you start your application 1st of April. Most universities open their portal 1st of April. Yeah,
Okay.
1st of April or first of April, either April or May, down to July 15th. Many of the schools are still open now, and you can apply till 15th of July. Though some schools don't follow the conventional application period, many of them do their own thing, but the general application phase is 1st of April or May down to 15th of July.
15th of July. Yes.
That
And
is,
I
yeah,
remember seeing 15th of July in the DAD website.
yes. So that is for the winter semester. Then for the summer semester, which is starting by April, you have to apply from 1st of December down to 15th of January. But you have to check the specific program you are applying to, because most of them do their own thing. The departments, they have their own timing. But people should not be afraid about this, about the embassy I have mentioned. There are many ways about it. Like, I'm not telling you German embassy doesn't have anything to do with agents. You can't do anything with agents when it comes to German embassy. But the advice I can give anybody when it comes to coming to Germany, if you really want it for yourself, is something you need to be patient about. So what I can encourage you to do, if you have your international passport and you know it is not expiring, what you just need to do is book appointment on the German embassy website for study visa.
Okay.
So once you get into the pool, you don't need any other thing to book the appointment. You are not paying money to book the appointment. You just need to book appointment for study visa so that you get into the pool. So when you have gotten into the pool, you start applying to schools. Yeah. And this 2 years I'm talking about is also for a specific category. You can be in this pool, and if you get scholarship in Germany, automatically you switch over to category A. And once you are in category A, you get appointment within, just if you make appointment now, they can give you appointment in the next 1 week or in the next 2 weeks. So yeah, there are many ways about it.
Okay. Let's talk about the scholarships. So you say
Okay.
if you get scholarship in Germany, you move to category A. What kind of scholarships?
Okay. As long as it is a German funded scholarship, like that website we opened, the DAAD website, there is also a section for scholarships.
Okay.
So once you search on any of the scholarships there and apply to any of them, even if the scholarship is like 50 euro scholarship, as long as it is scholarship and it is German funded, you switch from category B down up to category A, and you can get appointment immediately.
Okay. So how many categories are there?
Yeah, for the study route, they have two categories. So they have the category A and the category B. So the category A is only for people who are coming for PhD programs, PhD program, anybody with a German scholarship, anybody with a scholarship, or anyone who graduated with first class.
Oh,
So if you
nice.
graduated with
Okay.
first class, or if you have a scholarship, or you are coming for PhD, you fall under the category A. Those people don't need to wait. You see, they're looking for bright people. So those people don't need to wait. So if you have any of these things, apply for category A. But if you don't have any of them, you have to be in the pool for category B.
Okay. Okay. Wow. Um. All right. Let's continue my narrative because I let's say I'm going for a master's
Mhm.
in um architecture, for example, and then I did the visa stuff earlier this year. So I'm in category B. I didn't finish with the first class. So I did it earlier this year. I didn't finish with the first class, and then now I'm applying. The window is open. I'm applying for winter. Yeah, for winter this year,
Yeah.
and then let's say I get admission, maybe July or so next month. Since the wait time is like 2 years, what do I do?
What students have to do in this situation is to keep deferring their admission.
Okay.
Yeah,
Okay.
most some
Okay.
universities can allow you to defer up to 3 semesters, and 3 semesters is like 1 year and 6 months. So yeah, some
Okay.
schools can allow you to defer like 3 times, up to 3 times. While so if you have deferred more than 3 times, many schools might say, okay, we are destroying the information we have in our database. You have to send new documents. So yeah, someone just have to calculate, okay, now that I am in category B and I don't want to put in effort to get scholarship, that means I'm going to wait 2 years. So the person can time himself, maybe 6 months later, you start applying to schools so that you keep deferring till when they will call you for interview.
Okay. 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 Because I know you can't have interview for a semester that's passed. It has to
Mhm.
be one that is
Correct.
upcoming. So yeah, the difference makes sense.
But this
Uh,
situation, this embassy situation that I mentioned, majorly is Nigeria. Some people in other countries, let's take for instance Benin Republic, our neighboring country. I don't know right now, but I have always known that in Benin Republic you don't have to wait. Once you go to the website, you can find available appointments and you book and go for your interview. The the one I also know about Ghana, because some countries like Sierra Leone, they don't have German embassy in Sierra Leone, so they go to the one in Ghana. So the German embassy in Ghana, you don't also have to wait these 2 years. Their waiting period is only 6 months.
oh, nice.
Yeah, so you
Nice.
see that this issue is our country, so
Probably many people want to travel from Nigeria to Germany. That's why
yeah.
there's now a lot of wait time.
If you're applying from any other place, I think it's not the same. Like I have someone who came in last year from Russia. So he saw my video on Facebook and he reached out to me. He booked a session and he was like, Favour, I know you. I said, you know me from where?
Interesting.
So I was like, where do you know me from? He now started explaining that when I was in Russia, he met me sometime in the foreign affairs in Moscow. And I was like, it's a long time already. I'm
Oh,
not
damn.
sure I
Wow,
can
wow.
remember. So, so he was like, please, he also want to move. How did I do it? Everything. I gave him all the information. I was following up with him, and he had that consultation with me in January or February of 2024, and around October he landed in Germany. So he didn't have to wait anything. He didn't even go for interview because it was submission. So you see that it is country dependent. Even I think the whole thing took time because didn't push for admission so fast and all of it. So you know, uh, it was just his personal timeline. You know, it would have been faster if he wanted it to be faster, So it depends on where somebody is applying from. Yeah.
Okay. I want to ask about the category A and B. So, say I applied for the visa appointment. I'm a category B. Then later on, I get a scholarship. Do I go to the website and update it that I've gotten scholarship so that they will upgrade me?
Okay, so what the person can do is, if you have booked for category B, just being in the pool so that the time can be counting, and finally you are so blessed to get a scholarship, what you just need to do is cancel the appointment you have booked, the category B appointment you have booked. Because if you are trying to make another booking, it will tell you that your information is on the database,
Okay.
because it stores your passport number, yeah, and
Okay.
date of birth. So you have to delete that one, cancel it, and make a new booking for the category A, which is very certain that once you book the category A, they will respond to you quickly. They will
Oh, okay.
respond
Okay.
quickly.
Um, can I go to a different country to have my interview? Like, I'm a Nigerian, I want to travel. I'm in category B. I can't wait 2 years, so I just go to Benin and do my German interview there. A B visa.
It's possible. It's actually possible, but you know that for you to make a visa application in a foreign country that is not your country of nationality, you need residence permit in that country.
Okay.
Just
Okay.
yeah,
Okay.
just as I am here in Germany now, I am not in any way from Germany. I don't have German citizenship. I don't have German permanent residence. I am a Nigerian by nationality. I am only studying here. As I have been applying to countries like US, to UK, they can't attend to me if I don't have residence permit here in Germany. So for you to make any application outside a country that is yours, you need residence permit in that country, and it has to be valid for 6 months. Like, you must have used it for like 6 months before you can make application outside. So yeah, that is also another factor. That is a fact.
Okay. All right. For everyone watching, Favour just released a new book. Um, very, very wonderful book. The Ultimate Guide to Travel Guide to Germany. It has a lot of details. Everything that we've covered today and more is in this book. I'm going to put the link in the description box below. I've read the book myself, and man, I was really blown away. So many information, so much details here that will help you with the whole Germany, relocating to Germany and all of that. So head over to the link. The link is in the description below. I'm going to do a giveaway on this book, and I'll announce that later on in this session. We'll have a giveaway. So stick with us to the end, and then I'll tell you about the giveaway that I'm doing with her book. Okay, so let's continue.
Thank you. I am so grateful. Thank you so much.
Oh, you're welcome. It's the least support I can give, like, for producing something very valuable. That's all your 3 years of experience, put it in a book, and then people can use that to now fast track their own success. Is really admirable. Thank you.
So much. Yes, as I have been here in Germany, it's always easy for people to reach out. How did you do it? What should I do now? So I keep explaining over and over and over again.
Right. Now there's a book so that you can multiply yourself 1,000 times in
Yes.
1,000 people's homes.
So now it's easier. Please get this book, and it's going to guide you from the beginning of how to apply. In fact, it's going to open your mind to understand the German system, because you need to understand how they operate. So understand it, how to apply to them. Everything, even the DAAD website, all the links in the book are clickable. So they're going to take you to all the links you need, guide you through the visa application process. Even all this information I have given about the visa application that also in the book. So yeah, just
Okay.
everything you need.
Let's talk about the visa application. Is there an interview or you just submit things online?
Okay, so that is a very important question. Thank God you asked it. So this is also country dependent. Like,
Wow.
yeah, like the person I told you that applied from Russia, he didn't have to go for interview. So what he did was to submit his documents and they evaluated it, then that was it. So, but if they needed any additional document from him, they were interfacing with him. That was also very good. They were,
Okay.
Germany is like, I don't know, like I have this kind of I love them so much because someone who have traveled to other countries, I have made applications in other places, but I can tell you Germany is different.
Mm.
When I was making my visa application to come here, the embassy requested for supporting documents for about 3 times. They sent me email, send us this document, send us this document, send us this document. 3 good times I received email from them. I haven't experienced this kind of thing from any embassy.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like once you go to
Yeah.
US embassy and you are not getting it, my dear, just carry
Yeah.
yourself.
Gone.
Go.
Yeah. That's true.
But it's not like I'm trying to, judge or kind of, I'm just giving information. People shouldn't take it to heart, okay? So this is me expressing how much I like their way of oppression. They are very lenient. They take their time, go through your application. If it is something that is workable, they make it work. If it is not going to work, that is when you can receive a rejection. So most countries like Nigeria, you go for interview. So, and this interview, you have to appear before the consular.
Mm.
So, and they're going to ask you questions, and you have to go with all the necessary documents for your visa interview. So, they're going to ask you questions, and you have to answer.
Do you know some of the questions that they ask? I know
Yes.
you didn't have an interview because you did yours in Russia, but
No, I traveled to Nigeria. I did it in Nigeria.
okay, okay, okay.
Yes. So they will ask you, for me, I can use myself as an example. Because I studied English and literary studies, I'm going to study masters in English and American
English.
studies. So it's kind of related. But
Yeah.
they want to know, why out of all the countries in the world, why did you choose Germany? Why didn't you choose US? Why didn't you choose UK? Why are you not going to Canada? Why do you want to go to Germany? So you have to defend that. They want to know you are going to Germany to study.
And
So
it's Germans that do the interview.
the person that interviewed me is a Nigerian.
Okay, okay.
They also have white consulars, so it depends on who you meet.
Okay, okay. Go ahead.
So they'll ask you why you want to go to Germany, why did you choose Germany? They'll ask you, how are you going to fund your studies? It depends. So how are you going to fund your studies? Or in as much as we are not paying tuition fee, but how are you going to fund your living expenses? That is another thing. They will also want to know your career goals. What are your plans after studying in Germany? Are you intending to stay back, or are you planning to come back to Nigeria? You have to also be smart in answering that question. You can't tell them you want to build
Stay
mansion in
back.
Germany.
Exactly.
There's no way. There's no way. So you have to defend it. Like for me, that is going there to okay. It was also for me that is going there to study English. The question was, why are you going to Germany to study English? Why are you not going to an English speaking?
Country to study English, right?
So it was also a factor I needed to defend. What covers it most is also the the free tuition. So you can bring in your personal situation, how you are funding yourself, how and because of the no tuition in like in Germany is also one of the factors that motivated you to apply to Germany. So they're going to ask you a lot of questions about your university. They want to know if you are the one who made the application by yourself or if you used an agent. Germany have an issue with agents. They don't like to hear it. They don't
Okay.
like to notice you have anything to do with agents. So they're going to ask you questions. How did you apply to the school? How did you get the admission? Tell us more about the course. Have you gone through your models? What kind of courses are you going to be studying? Courses are you going to be studying? Um, have you been in contact with the international office? Who in your department have you been communicating with? They want to know because if you say you're a student, these are things you can answer.
Right.
If you didn't do it by yourself, that is where the problem comes in. So, and some people who are applying to, who are coming for maybe business studies, mathematical courses, or even engineering, they are giving them mathematics to solve at the
Mm.
embassy.
Wow. 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 You must show that you're a student too. Hey, that's
Yes,
that's
so,
interesting.
yes, so you said you studied mathematics, so you are coming to study mathematics. Can you
Hmm.
solve this little equation for us? And
Hmm.
that is where you start solving mathematics in interview.
Well, are there people you know that have been denied the German visa before, student visa?
Yes, I know about. I am in contact with about 2 to 3 people who have been denied, but they're here now.
Oh
You know,
wow. Okay. So
one of
denials happen.
yes, one of them was also this issue of solving mathematics.
Wow.
You know,
Okay.
when you have prepared yourself, think you have crammed all the questions you think is they're going to ask you.
Hmm.
Okay, tell us the city where you are going. What is the population like? Tell us about Germany. What do you know about German politics? They're going to ask you all of these things. I even have um possible interview questions. I can send them to you. Maybe you put them in PDF. You put them. They're already in PDF. About three PDF. Maybe you put them on Google Drive, and people can also download it.
Access it as well. Thank
Yeah.
you. So that will be in the description too. Thank you.
Yeah, so it is all the questions, possible questions are going to ask because the study visa interview is not like every other kind of visa.
Interview.
So you are a student, you have to prove it. So this my friend went for interview. He was really prepared. Little did he know they are going to give him mathematics to solve.
Oh, that's
And
interesting.
you know that a lot of us, it's been a long time we finished school.
School, yeah.
Yeah, it's
You
not
done NYSC, probably worked for a while, so it's been
honestly. It's not everybody that just graduated and is going for
a
masters. So
master's
it's a long
immediately.
time. You can't be asking me to solve this kind of equation. So it's a long time for him. So when they gave it to him, it put him off. He couldn't even, fathom how to go about it, and that was it. Everything was fine. The funding, the interview session, everything went perfectly fine. But that mathematics was a red flag. So when they denied him or when they sent him denial letter, they said, you claim you studied so in your bachelor. You are claiming you want to go and study this in your master's, but we can't see the correlation. You can't even solve simple mathematics. Oh, that was it. But he appealed because when you are denied, you can appeal. So he appealed and they gave him.
Okay.
So he
So when
appealed.
you appeal, do you need to come for the interview again?
No, no.
Okay, so that's online. Okay.
Yeah, you send supporting documents, like send an appeal letter explaining your situation, maybe why you didn't do well during the interview. Just explain the reason why it didn't go the way it should go. If you have supporting documents, you attach it to it, and Germany is lenient. It's not like other countries.
Say I have a wife and a son. Can they get visa as well as I'm getting the student visa?
Mm, there is something called family reunion. So
Okay.
um, I'm not I'm not sure you can come along with your family immediately.
Okay.
You have to come, then you now apply for them. Because when you are coming, or like when you come, you need to settle down, find accommodation, every other thing required and everything. So those documents are also required for you to apply for them. So you need to settle in the country, get accommodation, and now send it across for them to come through family reunion.
Okay. Let's talk about funding. Let's talk about funding. So I hear a lot about block account, block account, block account. Anybody that you just mentioned Germany study to, there's always in like two or three conversations, block account comes up.
Yeah.
So what is a block account and um what does it do?
Okay. So yes, Germany, like when it comes to studying in Germany, both for the bachelor, masters, and PhD, whether you're an international student or a domestic student, you are not paying tuition fee, except maybe you are studying in a private university. So, but if you're an international student, the government requires that you show proof of fund. And this proof of fund is to ascertain that you will not be a liability to the government. As much
Okay.
as, yes, as much as they are very open, they want people to come to study in their country, they want you to come, but they're also being careful of people coming here and constituting nuisance. So they make sure that you have enough funding to take care of your living expenses, like your accommodation, your feeding, your day-to-day spending. So that is where this locked account comes in. So as a student, if you are coming in as a student, there are three ways you can prove that you can take care of yourself, which is number one, blocked account. So this blocked account is an account you are going to open. Is a German, you have to open this account in Germany. It's one of the accounts in Germany. And when you open it and put in money into it, it's going to be blocked because you can't have access to it until you arrive here in Germany.
Okay.
Yeah, so it is blocked. It is called blocked account because when you put in money into it, you can't have access to it until you arrive here in Germany. And even when you arrive here in Germany, you are not also going to get all the money. You are going to be getting it monthly
Okay.
because the German embassy or the German government want you to show proof of fund for 1 year. They need to see that you have the capacity to take care of yourself for 1 year. So, like for the first 1 year, you will be in the country.
Yeah.
Well, that money, you need to pay it into the account and you can't have access to it. But when you come here, they will be giving you the money monthly. And currently, the German embassy require you, or the German government require you to show 992 euro per month. Like they need to see you have 992
That's euros per month.
per
Okay.
month. And this money is for your living expenses. It's your own money. So when you calculate 992 euro times 12 months, it's going to be 11,000, 11,208, something like that. I need to check. But I
Okay.
think that should be the amount. So this money now, let me be sure. I'm
Okay.
trying. Let me be sure. Just 1 minute. So when you have this money in the blocked account, you are not going to have access to it until you arrive here in Germany. And when you come here, they are going to be giving it to you monthly. Okay, now it is 11,904 euro. Okay,
Okay.
yeah. Before it was 934 euro per month, and that is 934 times 12 is 11,208. But now that the money is
992.
992 euro per month, it is now 11,904 euro generally for 1 year.
Okay.
So this is what you need to block in the account when you are going for your visa application. But there are also ways, like I said, it's not only through the blocked account.
Yeah, say I don't have the whole 11,904 euros. What can I do?
Yes, you can also prove that with sponsorship letter. So sponsorship letter is someone in Germany here who is a citizen or a permanent resident, and the person need to be working because this is not just a handwritten letter. It's not a handwritten letter. The sponsorship letter is gotten from the foreign office here in Germany. So the person here will go to the foreign office to apply for you,
Okay.
that they want to take care of you, that they're bringing out their documents and they want to stand in the gap, that they are going to be in charge of your expenses. So before the foreign office can issue this sponsorship letter to them to give to you, there are many things that have to be considered. The foreign office is going to calculate how much is the person earning, how much is the person spending on his or her self, then how much is left. If what is left is enough to take care of you, then it's fine. They will just issue the sponsorship letter. Then you go to the embassy and you are good to go. So the next way you can also show this proof of fund is through scholarship, which is possible. So when somebody go to that DAAD website, there are many scholarships you can find. Some scholarships can cover all of this money, like the 992 per month. Some scholarships cover that. We have the DAT scholarship. There is the Deutschland stipendium. There are many of them, so you can find them too on the DAAD website. So when you get a scholarship, if it covers the 992 euro per month, then you don't need to show any proof of fund except that scholarship. Yes, scholarships for Germany. So
Okay. On
when
it.
somebody have scholarship, it also covers proof of fund. So it depends.
Okay.
Yeah, three ways. So either through blocked account, sponsorship letter, or through scholarship.
Scholarship. Okay.
So once you have scholarship, it goes a long way. So if someone have scholarship, let's say, let's take for instance, someone have scholarship that will be giving like 500 euro per month. You see that it is not up to the 992 euro per month. So the person still have like 492 balance to cover. So what the person can do is to calculate 492 times 12 and block it in the account.
Okay.
So that money needs to be complete. The embassy needs to see that money. It's either you show proof that covers that money or you bring sponsorship letter and you are good to go.
How does someone apply for scholarships?
Yes, a lot of them have their openings. Many of them, like as we are applying for winter session now, many of the scholarships are open. So many of them are open that if you apply, if you are lucky, you can get. So many of them run maybe all through the year, or maybe they have their opening timeline, which if someone have an eye on those websites, the person can track at least one or two.
So
And
they'll require things like essays, recommendation letters, like
yeah,
some of the things that you use when you were applying to the school.
yes, and some of the scholarships can also demand to see proof you have applied to some certain universities before they can give you the scholarship. Maybe even if you've not gotten admission yet, they need to see notification that yes, you have applied to this school, so that they know the people that are giving scholarship.
Talking about money, are international students legally allowed to work?
Yes. Yes. So,
Is there an hour limit?
yes, in Germany, as an international student, you are allowed to work 20 hours per week.
Okay.
You can work 20 hours per week. And yeah, there are a lot of student jobs you can do to support yourself. And yes, you can
Okay,
work.
it's very similar. It's
Yeah.
very similar to US. We take that 20 hours per week to be part time
Mhm.
over here in US, and then full time is like 40 hours per week. So it's very interesting that like you guys in Germany too are doing the same thing.
Yes.
Okay. So now looking at like costs generally, how much should someone have if they want to move to Germany? Let's say I've gotten the scholarship to handle the block account, but looking at the other things,
Mm.
paying for visa, I don't know if there's a payment for that, and every other part of the process, like how much will it cost?
Mm, for me, I feel like when it comes to Germany, the major headache is the proof of fund. If someone can actually find a way around it, like maybe blocked account or sponsorship letter or scholarship, then you are good to go. Every other thing is minor. So applying to schools, if you are applying, so like for me, I knew when I was making application, I just cancelled applications that have to do with uni assist. I didn't want to go with uni assist.
Payment and all.
Yeah. So though some courses now you can't do without it. There are some courses, maybe engineering or that you must have to venture into uni assist. So but for me, I concentrated more on universities that I will send my documents or maybe apply online. So I can say that I the money I spent was majorly DHL money, right? So if you find schools you don't have to pay to apply, that cuts the money for you. So when you get admission, the visa process for the visa fee it is 75 euro.
Okay.
And they like if you're applying from Nigeria, they will calculate it based on the exchange rate of that day.
Okay.
So they will collect naira from you. You don't need to convert to euro.
Euros.
Yeah.
Okay.
So yeah. That is, and one good thing again about Germany, is that when you go for the interview, you don't have to pay the money first.
Oh.
Yes, you have to come with your money. You see, they're not really money centered, like
Okay.
they like to give value for whatever money they're taking. So you are not paying for the visa fee first. So what you are going to do, you come with the money. You come with money. In any situation that you will not be interviewed, you are not going to pay any visa fee. Maybe your
Okay.
documents are not complete, or maybe one thing happened, or maybe you are not allowed to be interviewed, or anything. Your money is still with you. Your money, you can only pay the visa fee, which is 75 euro, when you get to the consular and you are going to be interviewed. Everything is fine and you are going to be interviewed. You will pay that money on site.
Okay.
So yeah.
So whether or not your visa is denied, like people that their own was denied, they still paid.
Yes,
Okay.
because you have to pay before the consular will start interviewing you. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
We've said a lot today. Before we get to any final advice you have, so I said I'll be doing a giveaway of the book, The Ultimate Travel Guide to Germany. The link is going to be in the description below. So the first, not the first though. If you're interested in the giveaway, type Germany is free in the comment section below. So if you watched up to this point, it means you are the real MVP. Yes. So type in the comment section, Germany is free. Germany is free. And then 1 week from today, when this video is posted, I'll randomly pick 10 people, do like random stuff online. It's not like I would just pick randomly, but put in a random stuff online and then um, pick 10 people, and the winners will be announced on Twitter. The
Hmm.
winners will be announced on Twitter. So I'll randomly pick 10 people, and then the 10 of you will get this book free of charge. The 10 of
Thank
you get this book free of
you.
charge.
Mm.
All right. So, Favour, as
Thank you.
we wrap up,
I appreciate.
you're welcome. As we wrap up, do you have any final advice for an international applicant watching you now? They want to travel abroad. They don't have the money, but Germany looks very promising.
Yeah.
What do you have to tell them?
What I will tell them is it is achievable. Where there is a will, there is always a way. Do not be discouraged about maybe the waiting period of the embassy where you will be applying for. There are some embassies you don't have to wait like that, but even if you're in a country where you have to wait, just book the appointment, keep it there, continue with your life. Just keep doing other things you are doing. As time is going, it's also counting. And laws can also change. They can wake up today and just call everybody. Because during my own time, we were supposed to wait for 1 year, but I waited only 9 months because
Wow.
something just happened. They started giving people appointment. They said they just want to clear their list, and that was how I got appointment. So in as much as they have said right now Nigeria have to wait for 2 years, it might not be. It might not be because things can change. They can wake up tomorrow and everybody on the list will. And when I made my own application, once you apply, you have to wait for 1 month, like 4 weeks, 4 to 6 weeks to get feedback. But now it is 5 days, like 1 week. So once
Okay.
you go for your visa interview, within 1 week, you get your visa, like if they will be giving you visa. So
Nice. Nice.
yes,
Well, that's really fast.
so quick, so
Wow.
fast. So it is doable, it is achievable, just anything able you can think of.
um, it's
Yeah,
it's possible.
it's possible. Just put in the work because you can desire it, but if you don't put in the work, it's still just going to be a wish. So put in the work and you're going to get what you want.
Thank you so much, Favor. It's been a wonderful time. So your action step, if you're watching this, your action step is, if you did not finish with the first class, because that will automatically put you in category A. So let's say you're in category B, you're not going for a PhD, um, you've not gotten a scholarship yet, probably it's your first time of hearing about Germany, and then you didn't finish with the first class. Your first action step is go to the German website now and book visa interview.
Yes.
That's just it. Like, join. It doesn't cost anything. Doesn't take anything. Just put in your details. If you have your passport though, your international passport, put in your details and then join the pool before you even start applying to schools. Let
Yeah.
that just be your first action step towards this your whole dream of studying abroad. And even if at the end of the day you don't go to Germany, you can just cancel the appointment. But if you do, it's now started reading for you.
Yeah.
Thank you. Thank you, Favour. This was very insightful.
You're
I
welcome.
personally learned a lot.
Thank you so much for having me. I really appreciate the time.